I feel like every creator on YouTube reaches a point where they kind of run out of ideas, right? But we've heard it before. Content is king. If you want to grow on YouTube, you need to consistently come up with content ideas that are exciting and engaging day in and day out. So today I thought I would help you out by sharing 30 different resources for coming up with new content ideas. Some resources are online and some of them are actually offline. And I bet there's some in here that you probably have not heard of before. But one thing I can tell you is that throughout all of these, there's something in here for everyone. Before we get into our first one, let me ask you this. What are you currently using to generate content ideas? First on the list is question and answer websites. Quora, for example, is a fantastic Q&A website where answers to questions are actually upvoted by people in the community, so the cream always rises to the top. So just type a relevant topic into the search bar and see what questions are being asked. You can also find open questions, which are basically questions that don't yet really have answers. And if you want to share some knowledge with people, you can do that too. Number two is actually just going to be from your own channel. Take a look at some of your more popular videos. Look at the analytics, look at the data, and see what the audience has really engaged with in the past. Are there any types of follow-ups that you can use to double down on that topic? Number three, have you heard any interesting podcasts lately? Have you gotten any recommendations for industry podcasts? Take a listen to some of the podcasts in your industry and take a look at some of the reviews for those podcasts. Both of these things can be used to generate a bunch of content ideas. Number four is Facebook and LinkedIn groups. There are groups for all kinds of niches across Facebook and LinkedIn, and people are just having discussions about your industry right now. And as you join these groups, what you're doing is actually looking for questions people are asking. Can you answer any of these questions in the form of a YouTube video? And when you do this, be sure that you're using similar language to the people asking the questions. So that includes your title, your description, but even the video itself. Doing that is going to help you create a very highly targeted piece of content. And as an additional tip, you can actually go back to the forum post where your question was being asked and just share your video with the community as a way to drive some more traffic to your channel. This is one I use all the time, but number five is Google and YouTube search suggestions. Using the suggestions in the search bars of Google and YouTube is a great way to narrow down a topic that's a bit too broad. For example, let's say that you are a fashion enthusiast channel and you're looking to make a new video about getting dressed up but on a budget. Now, this is a rather broad topic, so just enter the phrase into Google and then take a look and see what comes up. From there, you'll find examples from people who are covering this topic at all different angles, and this should help you generate a whole bunch of ideas to help narrow down your video. Number six is going to be a little bit hard to describe, so let's call it looking at the inverse. Let's say your YouTube channel is dedicated to running and all of the health benefits therein. It may seem obvious to you that running is a beneficial thing to do. But for example's sake, let's say that you've recently learned that running every day is actually not super healthy, and maybe you should be running once every couple of days. Number seven is a tool called Daily Ideas. And yes, we made it, and yes, I'm promoting it right now. But real quick, if you are in the top tier plan, the boost plan at vidIQ, you have access right now to 50 ideas every single day. And this AI tool actually analyzes your channel and gives you ideas that are specific to your YouTube channel. The link is down below if you want to learn more, but number 8 on our list is Google Alerts. You can actually set up Google Alerts for any keywords you choose that are related to your industry. You get to choose the frequency, and from there, Google is going to send you emails about things happening in your industry without you having to do anything. For example, here's what this might look like if you typed in the keyword copywriting. This tool can be a fantastic way for you to get a jumpstart on covering an upcoming trend. Number 9 is industry publications, and what you're doing here is actually just looking up publications that talk about your industry, and they share trends, tips, news, basically everything you and your viewers like. Staying up to date on sites like this is going to help you stay up to date on the topic you cover on your channel and help you generate a whole bunch of ideas. Number 10 is BuzzSumo. Based on a given topic, this tool is going to rank stories, posts, and other content that are happening in your industry. You can use this to help you uncover some news stories, some blog posts about your topic, and then from there create videos on those posts. Number 11 is industry videos on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. We talk about this one a lot, but basically what you do here is put yourself in your viewer's shoes. Look for creators who are already covering your topic on these platforms. Trying to find videos that are already performing well in your space will help you generate some new content ideas of your own. Number 12, predictions. With regards to the topic you cover on YouTube, where do you see things heading? Do you foresee some kind of new industry trend, or do you see a trend coming to an end? You can use some new videos to share these predictions and perceptions that you have. Number 13 is movies. And yes, these can actually help you generate some content ideas outside of just reviewing movies. A quick example is, let's say you hear a controversial quote from a movie, or you see something controversial that's starting to trend online that was in a movie recently. Can you make a video about this and bring your perspective to the conversation? Number 14 is article suggestions. Have you ever been to a website and scrolled down to the very bottom of an article only for it to tell you might also like? Well, popular publications like CNN and Time Magazine have these sections, right? Look and see what other publishers are promoting in these sections. This could be some of their most important content, and it could clue you into what's really important to people in your industry right now. Number 15 is comments on social media platforms. Look for experts and influencers in your niche, and then check the comment sections of their posts. These really large channels don't often have the time to answer every single question, and that's where you come in. Number 16 is one of my favorites because it's educational platforms. These are platforms such as Skillshare, Coursera, and Udemy. As an example, let's say you type in investing in Udemy. What you can do is click on the first course that appears and then just simply go through the course description and curriculum. This is going to help inspire so many content ideas. Number 17 is interviews, and it's kind of similar to podcasts depending on the type of content you make. What you're going to do is just find interviews with industry experts. In some cases, you could use clips from these interviews in your own content, but I would advise you get permission before you do that. Not only could you look for inspiration in interviews that have already been done, but you can actually go and interview people yourself that are in your industry. Reach out to them and see if they're interested. Number 18 is something we do here all the time at vidIQ, and that is update our old content. Over many years now, we've accumulated all sorts of videos in our video bank. So we can go back and we can see what performed well. And from there, we can look at those videos and say, is there anything we can update? Can we remake this video and talk about some new information? Number 19 is polls. You have an audience, right? Well, you can poll them and you can try and figure out what is it they're struggling with? What could they use some more information on? Polls can be leveraged in all sorts of ways to make videos from. Additionally, you can look for polls that other channels are doing in your space and learn from those as well. Number 20 is FAQ sections. What the heck do I even mean? Well, all sorts of websites on the internet have an FAQ section, frequently asked questions that people are asking about things in your industry. So let's say you make video editing content, right? Well, what if you went to Fiverr and you searched up some freelance video editors and you checked out their FAQs? What are the questions that they feel like they answer so often that they had to create an FAQ? Can you now make videos that help answer those questions? Number 21 is family and friends. If you have family and friends that are interested in what you're doing on YouTube and they have specific questions, perhaps you can go and answer some of their questions for them in the form of videos. But the cool thing about dealing with family and friends is that you actually get to pick their brain a little bit more and dive a little bit deeper. Why were they asking you that question in the first place? Is there something inherently confusing about what you're doing on YouTube to someone who may not fully understand it? And is there a video that you can make that will help break down those barriers? Number 22 is cliches and stereotypes. We live in a world full of cliches and stereotypes, and it can be entirely exhausting. And I think that this goes into specific niches as well. So, are there any stereotypes that you feel like you can make a solid argument against? Or perhaps can you point to why these stereotypes exist in the first place? Number 23 is newsletters, and you should absolutely be subscribed to any and all newsletters that are relevant to your niche on YouTube or wherever you make content. The best part about these is that you're going to be getting ideas spoon-fed to you. Once you subscribe to that newsletter, sit back and await the emails. Number 24 is industry myths. What are some things that your viewers believe that maybe they shouldn't believe? Can you go in and start busting common myths in your niche? As you're busting these myths, just be sure that you're using plenty of research and examples along the way to help support what you're saying. I'm going to talk about YouTube myths a little bit more in a second, but first, number 25 is reviews and feedback. Go in and see what people are saying about not only your own videos, but different tools and resources that you commonly use and that people in your industry would use. You could take this a step further and even start mining Amazon books for reviews or webinars. Looking at these reviews is a great way to reveal concerns that people have and point you to interesting things that you can make videos about. Number 26 is personal experience. Have you been struggling with some aspects of your niche lately? Or have you experienced any recent success? Have you made any avoidable mistakes? What I want you to do is reflect on your personal experiences within your content. And if nothing else, this can be a fantastic way to just build a stronger connection with your audience. Number 27. This next one is actually new from us here at vidIQ, and it works within our own keyword research tool. If you have vidIQ installed, all you need to do is visit app.vidIQ.com, click on keywords, and type in a keyword related to your topic. Then scroll down to see a list of hundreds of questions that real people are typing into YouTube search. Our tool will tell you the volume of searches each question is getting, helping you to decide which one to focus on for your next video. Number 28 is theories. Does your industry have any famous theories or age-old rules that people always follow? Can you find a new way to approach something that people have been doing for decades and help break the mold a little bit? Number 29 is one you were probably expecting at some point, and it's Google Trends. People use Google Trends to determine what kinds of topics and search terms are popular right now. With that knowledge, you can use these trending topics to create videos that drive traffic to your YouTube channel. Google Trends is an incredible tool for analyzing the long-term interest in a particular topic, and it's also really great for comparisons. Not only that, it's also possible to use Google Trends to determine what's kind of started trending in the last 24 hours. In fact, when you go to the homepage, you can actually see a whole bunch of topics that are trending in search, followed by a list of conversation points. Number 30 is industry studies and statistics. Popular industry reporting sites such as Nielsen and eMarketer can be great resources when looking for data-driven stories that you would like to tell. Now, I did say there were going to be 30 of these, but we're not done yet. Unfortunately, we can't put any more in this video because it would be a mile long, so I'll make you a deal. If this video hits 3,000 likes, we'll go ahead and make a part 2. In the meantime, I did mention myths earlier, and recently we busted a whole bunch of YouTube myths, and if you want to keep yourself from making any kind of mistakes, you're going to want to watch this video right here.